We at St. Albans have been extremely fortunate in the last few years and during this time of the pandemic, through the generosity of our congregation, to be able to flourish and pay our bills and pay our staff. In order to continue to flourish, however, we must prayerfully continue to pledge our financial support, and I hope those who have not pledged in the past will prayerfully consider doing so.
St. Albans is more than just a beautiful building and cemetery. Over 150 years it has been a place where loving and caring parishioners come together to celebrate God's love and to receive instruction about going into the world to do God's work. I am glad to be part of a congregation that has enabled our church to serve our community for many generations. As we participate in this year's annual stewardship campaign, it helps to be mindful of its purpose. Stewardship has been defined as using the gifts of God that has been given to us to do the work He is calling us to do. These gifts can be summarized in the form of time, talent, treasure, and the natural resources we have been blessed with. We all have gifts, but they vary in quantity and quality for each individual. Our goal is to decide how we will use these gifts to satisfy our basic needs and to do God's work. St. Albans, our gifts are used for two main functions: caring for the physical building and grounds, and through our outreach programs to provide for our fellow brothers and sisters who are in need.
People who put the budget together for the church have to have some idea of how much money is going to come in. They have lots of tools they use. They look at last year's income and all of the assets, but the pledge is an important aspect that helps them prepare a budget and keep us on track. For me personally, it also helps me to know how much am I actually giving to the church.
In order to prepare a balanced budget for the church, you must have pledges. The lights, air conditioning, heating, lawn maintenance, cleaning, worship, staff, insurance, maintenance for an aging church, maintenance for the rectory, diocesan pledge, organist. The list goes on and on. It just does not happen without funding.
I've been a member of St. Albans since 2015. The Episcopal Church has been the church for me for 70 years that I love, and if I love you, I have to give to you. While I am retired and I don't have a lot of money to give on a fixed income, I give as much of my time as I possibly can. I work with Sunday school, Bible study, and 12-step programs, and actually I'm in St. Albans 5 days a week with different programs. So this is my primary contribution.
We moved to Mississippi about 4 years ago after the tragic loss of our son, and I'd all but given up on church, but God led me to St. Albans. St. Albans gave me the opportunity to heal my soul and move forward with my grief journey and feel God's presence in it. I have been able to do this through the wonderful people and opportunities at St. Albans. I am now able to help others grieving through walking the mourner's path. The ministry is offered to the congregation and the community. It allows people to move forward with their grief and find God in it. Another ministry that is dear to my heart is Lifting Lives, Family Shelter. St. Albans monetary gifts allow me to deliver weekly bags to the children, snack bags with nutritious snacks. This has been especially helpful during the pandemic. We also delivered craft bags, which the children were very excited about. These are just a few of the reasons why I feel it's important to give to St. Albans, because it's given so much to me.
To me, in a word, St. Albans means family. Richard, my husband, had a large family, extended family, which included my very best friend as well. And So it seemed a natural thing that we were going to church here. And St. Albans has always been so very active in so many areas, but particularly the youth. That's part of family. We had 3 children. All of them grew up in the church and going to the camp. The church became very, very important in their lives. Not the church itself. The church building, of course it did. It was home to them. But it was also their Christian education. And all of them, I'm pleased to say, are still involved in church.
For this stewardship season, instead of asking what God can do for you, ask what you can do for Him. I know that when we go through difficult times in our lives, the first thing we say is, Lord, help me. My simple prayer just adds one word to this prayer. Lord, help me help. Instead of petitioning God for help with our problems, this one word makes our prayer become a petition to help us do God's work. Lord, help me help, so that I make better use of my time, so that my church responsibilities are met, and that I have time to help those who are in need. Lord, help me help, so that I can make better use of my talents, so that my church and community can benefit. Lord, help me help, so that I can make better use of my treasure, so that my church finances are secure, and that we can fund our outreach goals. Lord, help me help, so that I can make better use of our natural resources, so that quality of life can be assured and enjoyed for generations to come. If we make better decisions concerning the use of our God-given gifts, St. Albans will continue to be a vibrant church and community for years to come. I appreciate the opportunity that has been given to me to make this journey with you. Thank you, and may God bless you.